What the sign signifies and what it
signifies that we are all humans.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
The way is to follow God. We can live there in harmony and peace.
Is it the Jewish smell? Is that the issue? Is that the smell he was talking about?
So Mississauga, Brampton, we're done. Calgary and Winnipeg. So they raised that flag at their city hall.
Supporting the Israeli occupation.
That's we have enough problems. We have problems with people dying from drugs. We have mental illness going through the roof. We have people who don't have enough to eat. And now we have to focus on these guys? No. I'm sorry. Canada first.
DA Born here, another episode, exclusive video, Born with Purpose. Here, the guy, Josh Grant, and we are here in downtown Toronto City Hall, where they're about to raise up the Palestinian flag. A lot of controversy with this one because, first of all, we know of the battle with Palestine. We know the battle with them in Israel. But the question is, why is the Palestine flag getting raised up in Toronto, in the nation of Canada, when there's so many things going on across the world? Why has the mayor chosen to raise the Palestinian flag in Toronto? Anyway, we're going to talk to some people. We're going to know their thoughts, and from both sides, see how they feel. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, all right, we're at Derek Noonan for Black Flag Media. And what brings you out here? I know you're all over the place. What brings you out here today?
I'm all over the place. Well, for two reasons. I just want to document it for the people that follow me and other folks just to see what occurred. And at the second, first and second, same thing. Is just to support Canada in itself, just being here. Mm-hmm. There's a few other patriots. There's also some Israeli patriots as well. I just wanted to be here. Just to see this unfolding.
Yeah. Because I noticed it's not happening here. It happened in Brampton yesterday. And
Brampton, Mississauga. Yes. So for those that don't know, actually, this was very orchestrated. Now, I don't know if it was if it came from the unions or up higher or the hierarchy of the Palestinian movement itself, but they've actually gone into city halls across Canada. They've asked them first to acknowledge Palestine within their council meetings and raise the flag. So for most of it was done on Sunday. So Mississauga, Brampton were done. Calgary and Winnipeg. So they raised that flag at their city halls.
So what brings you here to this event that just ended?
This wonderful event that we just had? Okay, yeah. So your wonderful tax dollars are used for a certain purpose. You get your tax dollars for a certain thing. This is unfortunately tax dollars payers' land. So we go with your tax dollars. These are your countries here that you're twin city with here in Toronto. These are the only flags that I can accept right now as a Canadian for you to decide to fly willingly, as long as it's, within reason. The Canadian flag also, and any Ontario flag as in the corner over there. They are more than welcome as they are provincial and within Canada. Okay, now again, Canadian land, Canadian tax dollars lands, meaning your money, my money. Mm-hmm. So for it to not be an equally needed or necessity for us and our dollars, I cannot justify this. Okay. Secondly, with everything going on in the world, again, can't justify a lot of things. If you are not a peaceful country like us, I cannot justify it. Right. And I mean, it's not, I love people, right? How do you work with yourselves? How do you convey? How do you treat others? How do you respect others? Stuff like that. Like, I'm obviously, yes, I'm yelling things, but not swearing or anything like that. But you get people from the other side giving you the finger and everything else under the sun. And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, there's a right way of doing things and a wrong way. So I can see how things are a little more harsher on their side, maybe. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you came to Canada for a reason, to be Canadian.
Right.
Okay. So red and white, right? Obviously, I am totally okay with you at home flying your flags because your cultures, all stuff like that, right? You all have backgrounds. We all have backgrounds.
Yeah.
So that I'm okay with. I understand. But tax dollars, land, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Right.
So, like I say, women's rights, gay rights, cannabis rights, human rights, period, the land rights, if they were equivalent to us here, then but they're not. They're very anti a lot of stuff. So it's one of those things where you're like, how?
Yeah.
And some of the videos that I see, how did city council willingly accept and do that?
Yeah.
I don't even like the other flags that I've seen put up in the past little bit. So that's why I was very like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, no genocide, no nothing. It's peaceful here in Canada. Let's only stick with our Canadian ethics and roots when it comes to respecting Canada.
Right.
That I see as a disrespect.
Yeah. Yeah, because that leads me to my other question, because it's like you have Palestinians who live in Canada, you have Israelites who live in Canada, and you know there's a war going on, and both sides, there's many people getting hurt and everything like that, but there's one flag going up, but not the other flag going up.
So the other one went up a little while ago, they told me, which is okay, fine. Now, I still have an issue with that because of everything going on, so that they should not have done.
Okay, when was that put up?
Apparently a month or so ago. Anyways, I lost.
That didn't get any big footage, did it?
Mississauga apparently put that flag up too yesterday or something. I only knew about Calgary.
But did the Israel flag, did it go up a month ago? Is that what you're talking about?
Longer.
Oh.
Don will know more.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So either way, it's one of those things where this is Canadian land, and it's just no. There's so much disrespect. It's unfunny.
Right.
You came to Canada for a better life, did you not?
Of course.
Of course. So the moment you cross over onto this land, what do? You wrap yourself in that red and white, and you try and forget all the horror that you just left.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Warm hug, red and white. Okay? I understand roots and backgrounds and pride.
Yeah.
So that's where I go, fly your pride flag if you want. Fly your Italian flag. Fly your German flag. Fly your Jewish flag. I don't care. But in your own area, your own private, not taxpayers, and you're on Canadian land, you love Canada then. You then are a maple syrup loving little person.
Right. I hear you. So I mean, what would it take for I don't know, like Canadians to get on board? Like, 'cause, I mean, you go across the border, and they probably wouldn't fly a flag like that.
Probably would have been, today would have been a shit if that was even an option. You know what I mean? Especially in the South. So it's one of those things where I go, ooh, it's a very tough and rough subject.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Because we are Jewish, we come out to bring out to the public the pain what Jewish people has the all years about the transformation what the Zionism people doing for the Jewish people, and the idea and the fact what they do for the Palestinian people. Because we are Jewish people believes in God, and we are the nation of God, and the nation of God means to follow Him, to go in His ways, to believe in Him, to hope to Him, to trust Him. The whole idea of the state of Zionism is against the old Judaism, just the opposite from the Jewish nation, from the Jewish people. What he do is he take the old Jewish idea and make it for a movement, a political movement to fight and to dance in the head of others and making it to try the defense, and then to use it of terrorism way and a way of bloodshed with no rights, even from his own grandparents and the old Jewish leaders from years ago. This was the reason why thousands of years Jewish people don't do this movement to take the thing by the hand, because Jewish people means a believeful nation to follow to God and hope to Him and expose it for all of this way. The way what the Zionism doing and the idea and the fact is just the opposite. So I'm very happy on this day what it brings out that the crime is not forever and God is still there, and the damage, the terrorism and the bloodshed what the Zionism people doing has air and the world to hear it, and it starts to wake up that Judaism is not responsible for the crime and bloodshed and heresy what the Zionism people doing. So thanks God it starts to comes up. We hope and we pray of the peaceful end of the state of Zionism without the bloodshed what the Zionism people doing.
Right. Okay. And so you're Jewish, right? Or
Yeah.
okay. So I see that the flag here is no Israel. I mean, so
State of Israel.
State of Israel. So you're more in support of just
Now we are in exile. We are already has to be in the world. We could be also in the state of Palestinian, but not in the way to dance on the head of other and to make the bloodshed and to take from him the land by force. Not this is the way. The way is to follow God. We can live there in harmony and peace like the grandparents was lives. A few years ago, my own grandparents was live door by door with no problem.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So man, that's yeah.
State of Israel does not represent world Jewry.
Oh, okay. I understand. nkcanada.ca. What if I go to that website? What can I find?
You find all years of history
Okay.
from Jewish people from the beginning and before the beginning, the old fights and the old terrorism way what the Zionism doing to brainwash and to brainwash the people and to try to force him to be a part of the state of Zionism. And you can see there that even today, hundreds and thousands Jewish people waiting of the end. Not everyone will be ready to come out on the street, Palestinian demonstration, but hundreds of thousands people even there in the state of Palestinian and Jerusalem, wherever, you will find what you want the way back. Because this is just, we are there for Jewish people.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Yeah.
publicize it.
Yeah. We I'm just trying to interview some people and see other sides of this issue stuff. Well, last question: have you guys received any hate from being in Toronto, your stance, and from even your own people? Have you received any
From who? From the Palestinian
from
people?
your own people actually?
From the own people, we don't can say that we feel hate because I pray in the synagogues together, we go in the schools together what needed. So because the real Jewish people, Orthodox people knows that that's the truth. Just he got brainwashed and he got terrorized by the Zionism, what is a big, powerful way. So he tried to destroy it and to quiet it. And the original Jewish people, everyone knows what the truth is. Not everyone say like this. If you say, okay, it will be dismantlement peaceful by the UN, whatever everyone say, but everyone knows this is against God, and everyone wants the day of end.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time.
My family's Palestinian, and so we are here to represent. This is a small step forward in recognition of Palestine here in Toronto, and it's we have to show up for it.
Right. So I guess a lot of controversy is why is the city raising the Palestinian flag when we're in Canada? What would you say to those who ask that question?
Every other flag gets raised at City Hall. Palestine should not be an exception.
And what do you think is a result to this this whole battle that's going on with Palestine and Israel?
I don't think that's up to me. I think that's up to the Palestinians.
And And your sign here today says we are all Palestinian. What can you explain? What this sign signifies and what it
signifies that we are all humans. We are all part of humanity, and we should be helping each other as humans, not as people who are divided. You see people suffering, you have an obligation to look after people.
And what's it say in the humanity will veil and stop the Palestinian Holocaust. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Yeah, I want to get your perspective as well.
So I have a problem with, we have so many problems in this country. Why we suddenly focus on everything on Palestine? So suddenly we have to bend back for it. I'm a Christian. In the last 5-6 years, there have been 1,200 churches burned or vandalized. Sure. And what's happening nobody's talking about what's happening to...
No media coverage?
No. Okay. There's hardly any media coverage how many Christians are getting killed in Africa.
That too.
And suddenly we have to back for these people. Of course, I don't like hate. I don't like war, but I think there's something else behind. I think the Islamic fanatics are behind it. They're getting funded. That's what I believe in. Why do so many people here on the other side? Because most Canadians are working. They don't have time for this. Mm-hmm. And I really believe there's a lot of people. They're taking our tax money and they demonstrate. Not all of them, but you know what? I don't have respect anymore for them. And I don't say, well, Israel's right, Palestine's right. I don't think that they're ever going to be peace there. And eventually Israel will take it all. Mm-hmm. And the Palestinians, they say the same thing. They don't want peace. They want Israel back. That's what's happening. That's not going to happen either. But if you see what in the history, countries gave up land, like Germany after World War II had to take a quarter of Germany, went to Poland for paying them back. Mm. If I was there in Palestine, I'd say, you know what? Life is too short. I'm going to go to a free country and live my life. But don't try to push stuff on us. We have enough problems. We have problems with people dying from drugs. We have mental illness going through the roof. We have people who don't have enough to eat. Now we have to focus on these guys? No. I'm sorry. Canada first. You know? And even with this new government, they don't care about us.
No.
You know, prices go up. They don't care.
No.
Dollars on horse.
You know, we have to stop and say enough is enough. And I stand up for the people who can't make it to work. I have time. And I will stand up for my kids and my grandkids and say, you know what? If you want free Palestine, go live in Palestine, in Gaza. I see how much freedom you have. You don't have freedom as a human.
That's why they're here, right?
Yeah. That's why I was like, and they couldn't protest back home.
Yeah,
and they just look at you and give you the finger. And it's like, why don't you protest back home? Why don't you fix back home? And they just look at you like, and it's like, why are you being sour? I'm asking you a serious question. Why did you come to Canada? Why don't you fix your home if you really love it that much? Why aren't you doing something about it? Why are you trying to manipulate here and alter it when you really have no interest in here? Make sense to me, please, because I can't make sense of it. All I got is you want to come here, cause not fix your own home and bitch about it, and then look at us like we're the problem. Did I miss something? I opened my home to you. We could have closed that 24 years ago and not let anybody in. And what do? We just keep piling you guys in and helping and helping and helping and helping and giving and giving. Explain to me, what did I miss? Right. Because I can't figure it out.
Right.
Other than someone above us is doing a dance that they shouldn't do. With countries, they shouldn't do a dance with.
Right. Yeah. Because, you know, we are a nation that have many nations, but at the end of the day, it's all about flag on the back of your jacket, right?
That's all we need. We don't need any flags. Even a white flag. I see in my hometown there's still flag on one school.
They can't even have gay.
No, they can't.
Gay over there.
They throw you off the roof.
Even fly
But they use the gate, the left side, to get the side. You know, they don't go after they don't ask a conservative person to join them. There's not many conservatives joining them, you know.
Right. Legalize their weed over there either.
Yeah.
They won't try and fight for anything back home.
Mm-hmm.
they'll just bitch us and say we're racist. And it's like, no, my German family went back to Germany to fight for the Germans, to help save the actual Germans that were being mutilated by a douchebag named Hitler.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, explain to me. My Italian family went back home to deal with Mussolini. So explain to me again.
And then they call us neo-Nazis. They call us neo-Nazis. I'm from Holland. My grandparents fought the Nazis. I'm not a neo-Nazi. You know, and then they call you a right-wing fanatic. Well, sorry, I'm on the right side. But personally, I do not like Donald Trump. I'm not like the MAGA or whatever. I just stand up for this country. I have nothing to do with Donald Trump. You know, so, but if I have friends who like Donald Trump, that's okay.
That's on your opinion.
But I still friends with her, but not this stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
you're always trying to twist the narratives and try to make it like it's one side or the other.
Extreme right. Even the media say we are extreme right. We're not extreme right.
No.
You know, I think every human being has a right to demonstrate. 100%. They have a right to do this too. This is my country. I pay taxes and I disapprove of other flag than the Canadian flag on that pole. Simple.
Right. It's so funny. You did mention today being Monday. It's like it was on purpose. They didn't do this on a Saturday.
No.
Because it would have been a totally different story with people not having to rush to work and go back to lunch and stuff.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, right? For us outside, it's hard to get here through the traffic. It's all planned, you know?
Yeah. But this could very well have been a Saturday event, but they know there would have been some chaos, you know? Yes.
I know Jamaicans, they go home and they fix Jamaica. You know, like Cubans, they go home and they fix Cuba.
Yeah.
Like they actually, they'll fight for here, but they'll also fight for their own home and not just go, oh, well, screw you. You're the racist. No. But we won't go home and tell our government that they're being idiots and torturing our own people. Explain this to me. Explain why you can't go home and protest, but you'll come here and cause.
And then another thing I have a problem with, they say free Palestine. If you live
free?
No, but it's not free.
Well, yeah.
It's you don't live under dictatorship. It's not free. No. It's Islamic law that the women don't have rights, the kids don't have rights, and the gays don't have rights. And then they say, well, Israel, you have free in Israel. I'm not for Israel, but you are allowed to be gay. They even have a gay parade. You couldn't do that in Gaza.
If you're with people, we are with people.
Yeah.
We're against people. What?
Right. But I think a lot of people like me and you, we are frustrated. We are frustrated to see our own country going down the tube.
A lot of Canadians,
Yeah, and you know what?
I thought I was alone and surrounded by immigrants. No offense.
Let's focus.
I was alone. I could do this.
Let's focus on what we have our own problems with, drugs and mental illness and all kinds of stuff. We have to focus on Canada. And I'm sorry about Palestine. You guys go back to Palestine and fix it, just like you said. But we have to fix this country. We have big problems here. And 2026...
Stop sticking our money out of our pocket.
2026 is going to be a very interesting year because it's going to hit the fan for a lot of people. But that's my opinion, okay? I don't want to be negative.
Especially if the current government gets a majority government. God help us. God help us.
We are done.
We're burning it down, baby.
I go every year to the World Economic Forum, and I always say Trudeau was part of the World Economic Forum. Carney is the World Economic Forum. He is.
Hammond Ford.
In my opinion, he's going to quit next year. When he made his money through Workfield and everything, he's going to quit. There's nothing for the Canadians he's going to do. Nothing. And it's all a smoke show. You know, but that's my opinion, okay?
Yeah.
So
it's all good.
But all good. What he said, Muslim values are Canadian values. Are you kidding me?
Last time I checked, we were Christians.
Yes.
Christians, spiritual Christian land, because this is indigenous.
And I have respect for every. I have to have respect for every religion. But if that religion, when they don't have human rights, like women's rights and children's rights, I have a problem with that. I really do have a problem with that. I do not want to. If they want to, don't. But not in Canada. If you want to do somewhere else, you know, like you see in Afghanistan, you know that they're so poor now that they marry young kids, 10 years. I mean, selling them to guys from 60, 70 years old. And it's disgusting to me. We have to stop that. you know, but nobody's doing.
Practice over there. That's
Yes.
why we ran away from over there.
Yeah.
So the reason why I was yelling about human trafficking is because honestly, no offense to anybody, but a huge part of like our issues has to do with people with money over there coming and doing a bunch of and new, and then they go home and anyway, so it's like a big taboo. And
Where's the security? I wasn't allowed to horn, but they're allowed to do this. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
oh, they got speakers up there.
Okay, I'm gonna go
They
inside
bring
now.
fair, right?
Upstairs, they got speakers up there, and they're doing. That's why I was trying to yell over it earlier.
Yeah. Well, you know, I thank you for your time and
No,
give us a lot of
Thank
stuff
you.
to think about. And
thank you for coming out
Yeah.
too. It's nice to
thank
see you both.
a unified front with these cities. So, in terms of Israel, like, I mean, what are their stance? How do they get support in this country? Like, it just seems like it's a one-sided thing.
You've touched on the whole thing, and if you could just maybe indulge me for a minute, okay? So to me, you know, if you're here, you've come here legally, you're putting up roots, or you've had roots for several generations, you should all be Canadian, okay? Not Jewish Canadian, not Arab Canadian. We should at first be all Canadian. Now, what we see is we've seen people defining Canada for themselves, or what they think should be Canada, and putting Canada second. Now, I think this came over the last 10 years of Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, of course, says, you know, we're going to be post-national state. So what's happened now within our borders, people that are elevating issues from foreign lands more important than the country itself. So when that happens, the country itself is secondary, and then it's viewed as secondary, which is not right. Canada was found after, you know, we came into our own after World War II as a land of peace, a land of peacekeepers, but Canada itself, we had a uniquely defined, at Confederation and through World War II, we had a very defined culture, which is now being erased and being replaced. Now, the other thing too is when people do come to Canada now, they are not assimilating to what was. Their cultures are here. So we have three active foreign wars going on in our country, foreign conflicts. We have India with the Palestine movement that's happening within the borders. Now we have the Palestine-Israeli. To a lesser extent, we also have the Ukrainian conflict playing out within our borders as well. So Canada is slowly being less and less defined.
Yeah.
And then we're becoming tribal, which is the worst. Religions aren't being respected as well. I'm Christian, but you know I respect other religions, but Christianity is not being respected, which was a founding in Canada as well, and it's being more and more dismissive. And overall, there's just been less. We're dehumanizing each other, and you dehumanize yourself if you just define yourself with this kafia or the Palestinian thing, and then you're calling everybody else. Make it a fascist, Nazi. Humanity is at its worst. Humanity is at its worst when we're doing that. When we're unhumanizing other people without respect and categorizing them, and then training our children that they have to fit in a certain box, destroying individualism in the school, destroying childhood innocence by having them, whatever ideologies are being thrown upon children. It's really a bad pot of stew, and it's overflowing. And I'm afraid that we're just going to descend unless something happens.
Yeah, I agree, because it feels like Canada's picking one side, and I'm just wondering if it's like, someone who's young and let's say they're from Israel and they're in this country. Like, how would they be feeling right now in terms of, you know?
Well, no Canadian, they're going into their neighborhoods. No Canadian should feel unsafe within here, regardless of where you are. You're Canadian.
Right.
All of this is weak leadership from our government off the beginning. They should have put a firm line down and say, listen, you guys are Canadians. This is a foreign conflict. We are Canadians first. And no, it's not. And unfortunately, what's happened is politicians look. There's a larger voting base if they side with the Palestinians on a religious basis. Really, just Islam. There's more than Jews. So like. Olivia Chow is a classic example of that. Same with others. It's bad, but we can't go back without radical change. But this should have been stemmed off the start, and it was just plain weak leadership. Yeah. And I honestly think, when you have failing governments not doing everything properly, the country's falling apart. Distractions are great, and this is just allow this distraction to fester, and there you have it. This is where we are right now. Very, it's not a complicated question. It's just weak leadership from the beginning. That's all that it was.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice over here, there's a line of police, but yet they still feel the need to agitate each other. I mean, this is this is. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you're so unhuman.
You're in Canada when you feel like you can still get away with stuff and still have like a whole heap of policemen, and you're not even scared. It's not like
and the other thing. Listen, the Middle East, or in that particular area, you're talking generations of war, generations of conflicts, thousands of years. Now, the other thing too is a lot of these people are. Because they're Canadians, right? They're not even know the history that went on there as well. Now, they kill. There's been enough killing on either side, but one is right. They indoctrinate their children. I mean, they indoctrinate their children to hate. They say fake stats. Now, I actually have a lot of sympathy for the actual people of Palestine. They've been dragged into it. Like Hamas, like a lot of these people don't realize, Hamas kills as many Palestinians as the Jews have. To stay in cruel. So they like these people don't even know what goes on there, how much of a bloodlust it is there, and they make up history, right? They call each other terrorists. This is what I'm just saying. Your terrorists. The insanity of that. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And people don't realize that this is something going from the beginning of biblical times to now, and it's going to continue to be a conflict. And it's a sad when we have people being killed on both sides, but when they know the root and know the history, it can change a lot of perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, on some sides, I actually speak to a gentleman there that he doesn't like this either on their side, and he can speak very intellectual about the history. Those voices get drowned out. Same with on the Jewish side as well. They all get. They all get drowned out. Whether you maybe call it hate, but they allow hate to be more powerful than pragmatism, and this is what we have. And then you throw in, like, also too, the Palestinian movement has been very heavily co-opted by various leftist groups, whether they're communist groups or all various different leftist movements as well, because they use that themselves to inflame more, right? And so I don't know where this will end. Unfortunately, ends on the side of peace. So we all have to say our prayers and be strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, thank you for your time, man. And
you too. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I love your stuff. So.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Take care, brother. God bless.
All right. There you have it. Different perspectives. This was a very quick rally. Very strategic of how the city of Toronto did this. They did this on a Monday morning, right? Because they know that not a lot of people are going to come because they have to work. Because once they raise that flag up, look over there, it's empty. We've only been here less than an hour. So very strategic. It could have been a lot more crazy if it was on a Saturday afternoon or something like that. But anyway, got different perspectives, great insight, and as always, like, share, and subscribe to Born with Purpose. I guess we're doing street interviews in the cold and we're getting back into it. Check out my guy Josh Grant on his social media platforms as well. And you know what, I'm out of here because I'm cold. So God bless. Peace.